On today's episode of Anime Afterthought, Tokyo Revengers, Episode 8, Rechange, and Episode 9, Revolt. Seriously, did a TURD just save the day? Now, I'm assuming most of you have heard of the butterfly effect, and I am partly referencing the Ashton Kutcher-led film, but I'm really talking about the old adage, you know? A butterfly flaps its wings, and a hurricane sprouts up somewhere. Now, while I do believe that is an exaggeration of sorts, I highly doubt an insect can have a change on something as monumental as the climate. I really do believe in its boiled down most simplest meaning, that in a series of events, a seemingly innocuous one, if changed, could alter the overall outcome. Enter our true protagonist of the series, the TURD. Okay, in all seriousness though, this small event actually has a pretty pivotal role to play. I mean, think about it. When the fight became physical, it was up to Takemichi to stop it no matter what, because we know it inevitably ends to Draken being killed and Tomen heading down the path of darkness. Now, while his words do carry weight and actually spark the initiative we see later on, this argument is eventually dissolved by Takemichi's overall personality, basically relegating our main character to the role of the fool. But as we'll soon come to learn, time wants to happen. That even though Draken and Mikey have put their differences aside, fate has a plan it wants to follow, and so does KIYOMASA. Yes, thanks to their future interrogation, we know that Mobius was not responsible for stabbing Draken, but we didn't know the true culprit until now. With knife in hand, it looks like KIYOMASA is betraying Tomen, but he is not the only one. Sporting a ceremonial combat sash, Pei has entered the scene. Yes, the right-hand man of Paul. And he too seems to have a quarrel with Tomen. Now, I just have to say, I absolutely admire the way this story is unraveling. It's like a symphony of pieces delicately falling into place. It's safe to assume KIYOMASA wants revenge because of the beatdown. Pei's quarrel is a little more complex, originally siding with the Mikey camp. He feels slighted when they decide to do nothing when it comes to Paul. So these two teaming up with Mobius as a match made in heaven or hell makes me really wonder how much of this is being orchestrated by our resident puppet master Kizuki. But remember the TURD. Yes, the infighting was stopped thanks to Takemichi. So it's safe to assume that in the original timeline, Draken came face to face with the opposition with no backup. Whereas here we see Mikey riding in like a bat out of hell. A man whose presence is so overwhelming, it's enough to change an atmosphere as intense as this. But an event altered by time, as small as the probability would be, it looks like even this was predicted. But even with Osanai out of commission, Mobius still has its trump card to play. Enter its temporary commander as well as heavy hitter, Hanma, who is miraculously even able to stop Mikey's previously unstoppable kick. And if the sin and punishment tattoos on his hands are not enough to spell trouble for you, maybe the crazed look in his eyes as he proclaims his desire to kill Mikey will. This guy is bad fucking news. But remember when I put it out that Takemichi's words do hold weight? No, Mikey will not be fighting this battle alone. Riding on a wave of motorcycle roars comes Tomen ready to rumble, giving us another great look at the division leaders as well as their second in commands. So now it's time for a good old-fashioned delinquent beatdown as the two gangs wage war. But in the midst of this battle, other events are taking place. It seems Mikey is trying to make amends with Pei, letting him know that he feels for what happened to Paul, but in the end, we need to respect his wishes, even though it physically hurts him to do so. Meanwhile, as the battle rages on, Takemichi frantically tries to discover the location of Draken, only to stumble upon KIYOMASA, in which Takemichi is absolutely devastated by the shocking realization that KIYOMASA was successful in his plan for revenge, as he discovers Draken laying in a pool of his own blood. Whew, my god. Like I said, this series is fucking intense. Not only narratively speaking, I mean, we're dealing with time traveling delinquents, right? Like that by itself. You're gonna get some very intense moments, but we're also talking about a slew of complex characters with their own individual motivations. I mean, KIYOMASA wanting revenge, Pei feeling betrayed by Tomen because of their decision not to help Paul. I mean, we're just 9 episodes in, but everything has just been weaved so so well together. This is just a really good story. And like I said, I am immensely curious to figure out how much of this has been manipulated by Kizuki from afar. What events were of his doing and what exactly is his fucking goal? But right now we have more important things to worry about. Yes, Draken is down for the count. And this time I don't think the TURD will be able to save him. I guess it's up to you, Takamichi. Hell, who knows? You might even get another kiss from Hina. Just try not to cry this time. Anyways, like I said, this series has been fucking phenomenal. I enjoy it so much. So with all that being said and more Tokyo Revengers next week, I honestly cannot wait for future episodes.